Hello everyone, my name is Dustin, founder and CEO of Beast Trading Software. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now today's video is actually going to be a little bit different. In today's video, I'm not going to be talking to you about the Beast Super Signal Indicator. I'm going to be talking to you about the Beast Super Signal EA. That's right, I'm going to be talking to you about a brand new EA, which was released a little over 3 weeks ago. I've had quite a few requests from some of our followers asking to talk a little bit more about the Beast Super Signal EA, what it's about, and if this is something that you should look into. Now, before I get started, if this is your first time visiting the channel or watching one of these videos, thank you for passing by, and please do hit that like button if you enjoy this video, and do hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed already so that you do not miss out on any future content. Alright, so let's get started, guys. Now, first of all, what is the Beast Super Signal EA? Well, first and foremost, it is an expert advisor. It is an automated trading robot or automated forex robot. Basically what it does, it will trade for you. It follows a set of rules that's been programmed, and it will then open orders and manage those orders for you. That's essentially what it does. Now with the Beast Super Signal EA, it's based off of the Beast Super Signal Indicator, whereas it has the exact same logic and strategies as Indicator. But in this case, it will trade those signals for you. You don't need to trade the signals by yourself. It will open the orders and then trade them and manage them for you, either if the order hits take profit or stop loss. Now, there's a lot more into it than just that. That's just the basic outlines of that. I'm going to go further into it by going into the settings to show you everything about the EA. But, I mean, one question is this EA for you? You know, who is the Beast Super Signal EA for? I'd say it's for those people who are working. Perhaps they don't have a lot of time to sit and watch the charts. Trading with this EA gives you a great opportunity to let the EA trade for you so that you don't miss out on any trading opportunities. So instead of you having to sit and watch the charts waiting for a signal to appear, waiting for a signal alert like the indicator does, in the case of there being a signal, the EA will then open the order and it's going to manage the order for you. So this is a really good option for those people who don't have time to trade full time or don't have time to watch the charts. You can just load up the EA, set up your risk parameters, put it on your PC or on your VPS, and you let it do its thing. So it is a really great option for those types of traders. Alternatively, if you are a person who has the time to watch the charts, then I would say our Beast Super Signal Indicator is a great option for you, because then you can just trade the indicator signals manually. Okay, so let's go into the settings. I think that's probably one of the best ways to show you everything about the Beast Super Signal EA, and if this is something that's for you. Now, first on the list of settings, we have the main settings. Now, these are the same settings that you're going to find in the indicator. These are the settings that have to do with the main logic of the EA and what determines the frequency of signals, the accuracy of signals, etc. Now, first at the top of the list, we have the signal strength period 1 and 2. These determine your signal frequency or your order frequency. How many signals you're going to get or how many orders you're going to get, and these have been set up pretty much to default. I would trade these pretty much as they are, but you can edit them and change them if you want to. Increasing these values from 20 and 50, if you increase them, it's going to reduce the amount of orders you'll have, and if you decrease them, it's going to increase the amount of orders. Now, I have the term here, period. These are not moving averages. Don't confuse these to be moving averages. They have nothing to do with a moving average. This actually is on the next setting here. So these don't have anything to do with a moving average, so don't confuse them. The next setting being in the settings is the moving average filter. This is a simple trade filter which tries to keep the orders or signals in line with the trend. Basically means that the EA will only allow orders that are in line with the trend or moving average. So for example, if we have this enabled with a 100 period EMA, if we have it enabled, it will only allow buy orders if the orders are above the moving average, and it will only allow sell orders if they are below the moving average. You can of course change these values to whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. The next are two new settings. Well, these are not new. These were hidden previously, but I've opened them up to allow further customization if you like. The one is an ADX filter. This is just a trend filter. It will only allow orders when the ADX is above 20. And an RSI filter, it only allows orders above or below the 50 RSI line. This is to keep in line with the trend. Next, we have an important setting. This is your risk reward ratio. You can choose to use a 1:1, a 1:2, or a 1:3. It's up to you if you want to use that. Next is a pretty important setting, which I find very valuable for trading, and that is an ADR filter. What this basically means is if you do have it enabled, it will filter out any orders going above the ADR limit. So for example, if there's been a big move for the day and the pair or the asset you're trading has reached its average daily range limit, it will not allow any further orders to happen. This can keep you out of getting into an order when price has exhausted itself for that day. So this I find pretty useful, but this is an option. You can use it if you want to or not. Moving down, we have two simple settings. One is to show this trade panel here. This trade panel shows you pretty much basic stats of the EA's performance. Right now, there isn't anything because I just loaded this onto the chart now to make this video. So you won't see anything now as it is. But this keeps a record of all orders that has traded since the moment you put it onto the chart. The next is the show stop loss and take profit lines. Same like the indicator does, when there is a new order, it's going to show you the entry price, the stop loss price, and the take profit price. Nothing is visible at the moment because I just put this onto the chart and there hasn't been any signals yet. But as you trade the EA, you are going to see these lines on the chart if you have it enabled. The next settings that we have are pretty straightforward settings, nothing too crazy. We have a maximum order, so you can limit the amount of orders the EA can trade on any particular asset. Kind of you can monitor the amount of trades you want. Then we have a spread filter and slippage, magic number, and a comment field. Okay, now we're going into more detailed settings, which are very important. It's your money management settings. So here again, we have different options that you can use. You can use a fixed stop loss, a fixed lot size, should I say, which is used when you're using a fixed stop loss or not. You can choose if you want to use 0.01. It's entirely up to you. The other option we have is you can use a percentage of your account balance. This then calculates a risk percentage. So you can, if you use it in this case, you can set this at 1%. Then the next time that EA opens an order, it's going to open an order using 1% risk of your account balance to calculate its lot size. I preferably like to use the setting. I like to let the EA calculate the appropriate lot size based on my risk tolerance for it to calculate the best lot size for that order. Going down, we have the stop loss and take profit settings. This setting, as it is right here, the use dynamic stop loss. This is to let the EA calculate the best stop loss and take profit based for that time. I like to use this instead of setting a fixed stop loss or manual stop loss and take profit. I like to let the EA calculate what it thinks is the best distance it should set the stop loss. And then if you're using, for example, a 1:1 RR, it will then set the take profit accordingly, matching with the stop loss. This is a very good setting, but it's entirely optional which one you want to use. You can use manual or dynamic. Now, the next three important settings we have on the account are account protection settings. These I've put in to limit the exposure on the account, to limit your loss and your profit. These are very useful if you are into prop trading. If you are trading the year on prop firms, you can set your maximum loss, maximum profit, and weekly profit. So you can set limits on the account or limits on the EA on what it can do. So for example, if you're trading a prop account and you cannot lose more than 5%, you can put this in at 5%. And once the EA excuse me, hits 5%, it will not allow any more further trading. So this is a very good, these are very good options to have to protect your account. Now we have another few more settings going into the order management of how the EA manages your orders. We have a setting called profit cycles. Now what is profit cycles? Profit cycles essentially adds on to your wins. So instead of you adding on to orders if you lose, when the EA wins or when an order closes at a profit, it will then open up the next order at an increased lot size. So you're basically doubling up on your wins, and this kind of compounds your wins, which works really well when you have a profitable strategy. The next one we have is a loss recovery. Now this can be misunderstood and confused with martingale. It isn't martingale, but it is a loss recovery. And the way it works is that if you have it enabled, when a trade closes by hitting stop loss, the next order that the EA opens, it's going to open the order using an increased lot size to try and recover the previous loss, and it will keep doing that for as long as you want. Here it has a cycle loss of 5, so after 5 losses it will then stop and reset itself. This is entirely optional. It's good to use if you want to try to recover any previous losses, but be careful if you use this, because depending on what happens, it can add up. Moving on to our trailing stops. I'm not going to go too much into this. This is pretty much a standard trailing stop option. You have your trailing start, your trailing stop size, and your step size. Pretty simple. This is all based on points. Then we have a second option of an advanced trailing stop, or I call it advanced trailing stop, and this is using a percentage to trail. So if you have it enabled, it's going to trail your order in a percentage, not in pips or points. So this is a very good option if you want to trail. I think this works really well. Another big setting which I really like to have with this EA is a news filter. So there is a news filter option that if you enable it, when there is a news event, depending on which one you choose, it will not allow the EA to trade during that time. You can completely customize this however you want. You can let it trade high impact news, medium impact, low impact, how many minutes before news you want it to stop, when you want it to start again. So there's a whole bunch of settings here for the news filter, which works really well to keep it out of those extremely volatile times of the day. Next, we have a time filter. This is pretty straightforward. If you have this enabled, it will only trade during the times that you have set in the settings. For example, I have it set to trade from 1 a.m. to 11 p.m. I don't like to trade during the off-peak hours, so like the first hour after the market opens and the last hour of the day generally tend to be very slow, and I don't want to be involved in any kind of trading during that time. So, but you can then edit this to whatever you want. If you would like to trade a particular market session, maybe only like to trade London session, you can then set up these times to only trade during London session. The next one we have is a day trade filter, so you can choose the days you want the EA to trade. Some people don't like to trade on a Monday. You can set this to false. Some people don't like trading on Fridays. It's entirely up to you. And if for those of you who enjoy trading crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, this kind of thing, you can let it obviously trade on Saturdays and Sundays, because of course crypto market is 24/7. And last but not least, we have our alert settings. These alert settings are pretty straightforward. You can receive a pop-up alert when there's a new order on your terminal. You can receive a push notification to your mobile phone, to your cell phone, and you can set up to receive an email alert if you prefer. So we have multiple alert options included as well. And that pretty much covers it. I know it was a lot. There was a lot of settings. This is a very comprehensive EA. There are a lot of options. There is a lot of customization involved. If you like, there are a lot of guys who like to customize things and tweak settings the way that they like, and it's perfectly fine. Of course, it has been set up for you to pretty much trade it out the box. You just need to then set up your risk management tolerance, set up your risk management settings, and let the EA trade. Now, a few questions that have been asked about this EA is what time frame is best for trading the EA? This EA works on all time frames. You can trade it from the 1 minute up to the daily, up to the weekly. It's entirely up to you. But be noted that, generally on lower time frames, they tend to be more volatile and unpredictable. So I would say your best bet is trading this on the 1 hour time frame, going up to the 4 hour time frame. If you do choose to trade this on lower time frames, I'd be cautious. Just try to make sure that you're using the filters in place so that the EA is only following in line with the trend. Otherwise, from the 1 hour upwards, you will be very, very happy and pleased with the results. This is also a multi-asset EA. You can use this EA on multiple assets. You can use it on Forex, you can use it on crypto, you can use it on gold, you can use it on indices like NASDAQ and the S&P. It is multi-asset. You can use it on many, many different assets. So in that way, it is really great. I think that pretty much covers it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're still watching up to now, I hope you're really happy with what you've seen. And by this time, I think you would have decided if this is an EA for you, if this is something for you. If it is, you can get your hands on it by going to my website, bsupersignal.com. Otherwise, you can head over to MQL5 and you can find it available there. If you have any questions about the EA or any of my other products, please reach out to me. You can always comment down below on this video, or you can reach out to me via email and reach out to me on MQL5 or through social media, and I'll try my best to assist you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do hit that subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and yeah, thanks very much for watching guys. Happy trading. Cheers.